My topic for today is, can the government mandate vaccine? What is the Joe Biden vaccine mandate? American company with 100 or more employees must require all workers to be vaccinated or face a fine of $14,000. This mandate will cover 100 million people. The company with less than 99 employees will not be affected. Should vaccination be mandatory? 70% of the people want the vaccine to be mandatory, and 25% opposed to the mandate. Schools have mandated polio vaccine. We are not against the vaccine, but against the vaccine mandate. If people want the vaccine, they can have the vaccine. If people want to wear a mask, they can wear a mask. If people want to wear a rag on their head, they can wear a rag on their head. If people want to be antisocial, they can be antisocial. A person is free to be a psychopath as long as he harms no one. We punish people bad behavior, not their state of mind. In the case of Jacobson versus Massachusetts, 1905, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld the authority of states to enforce compulsory vaccination law, smallpox, if the municipality determined it was necessary for the public health or safety of the community. Mr. Henning Jacobson refused the vaccine and was forced to pay the $5 penalty. Mandate can be given even when there is no emergency. Justification for the court ruling. Justice John Marshall Harlan wrote, "The liberty secured by the Constitution of the United States to every person within its jurisdiction does not import an absolute right in each person to be, at all time and all circumstances, wholly freed from restraint. There are manifold restraints to which every person is necessarily subject for the common good." This is a utilitarianism argument. Utilitarianism is the doctrine that actions are right if they are useful or for the benefit of a majority. Justice John Harlan further states, "Real liberty for all could not exist under the operation of a principle which recognizes the right of each individual person to use his own, whether in respect of his person or his property, regardless of the injury that he may done to others." We agree with the court that we cannot use our freedom to harm others. We agree with the Massachusetts law and the U.S. Supreme Court decision. However, we disagree with Joe Biden's vaccine mandate based on these grounds. Joe Biden's mandate is not based on law, but on executive orders. Biden's $14,000 fine for non-compliance is excessive. Biden has not proven that the pandemic exists. Biden had no regard for natural immunity. Some fully vaccinated people are hospitalized as a result of the breakthrough infections. The vaccine may be 50% effective at best. We agree with the court ruling. The court decided on the constitutionality of the law, not by an executive order. The United States of America is a republic. The only legitimate form of government is one in which public authority derives entirely from the people. We don't live under a dictatorship. The executive, the legislative, and the judicial branches of the government were designed to keep temporary, imprudent, and the intemperate outbursts of public opinion from dominating political arena. The state of Massachusetts fined Mr. Jacobson $5 for non-compliance with the vaccine. Biden's $14,000 fine for non-compliance is excessive. Furthermore, the fine will be cumulative for continued non-compliance. We recognize the average cost of COVID-19 treatment is $40,000. However, the cost does not account for the 99% of the people who recover from the COVID infection without treatment of any kind. This excessive fine amounts to cruel and unusual punishment. Therefore, it violates the 8th Amendment to the Constitution. Biden administration has not proven that the unvaccinated people have caused serious injury to other people. Furthermore, the Biden administration has not proven that the vaccine works. Biden administration claimed that the vaccine prevents serious symptom and death from COVID-19. If the vaccine prevents serious symptom and death, then the injury caused by the unvaccinated people is minimal. We do not have a mandate for pneumonia or the flu vaccine. 99% of the people infected with COVID recover. Therefore, there is no pandemic. If 10% of the people die from the infection, I would take the vaccine. I would not care if the people around me get the vaccine or not. The Biden executive order does not regard national immunity. The human body is very complex. Each individual responds to the virus and to the vaccine differently. Human race has depended on natural immunities since the beginning of time. Vaccine is not a one-size-fits-all panacea. When Biden issued an executive order for a vaccine mandate, he is saying that social distancing, masks, no indoor gathering, no indoor dining, ventilated space, disinfectant, and small business lockdown do not work. The government mandated these preventive measures without success. If these preventive measures did not work, the government lockdown destroyed thousands of small businesses for nothing. Conclusion. Houston Methodist Hospital mandated vaccine for employees. On June 12, 2021, in Jennifer Bridges and versus Houston Methodist Hospital and other, the employee lost a court battle against the hospital. The federal court decided that the vaccine was safe even though it was an experimental vaccine. For a justification, the federal court cited the Supreme Court precedent. The Supreme Court has held that involuntary quarantine for contagious diseases and state-imposed requirement for mandatory vaccination do not violate due process. The Supreme Court also held Indiana University vaccine mandate. There is no use in arguing with the university if you attend online classes. The government cannot take away your livelihood. The government cannot stop you from making a living. In 2020, the government shut down non-essential businesses. What the government deemed to be non-essential businesses was arbitrary. In addition, the government shut down for non-essential business due to COVID-19 violated the 14th Amendment of equal protection under the law. The government allowed the casino to open while closing churches' indoor worship. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruled that the government shutdown was unconstitutional because it violated the 14th Amendment. The government at all levels violated the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privilege or immunity of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. The government eviction and mortgage moratorium were detrimental to the landlord and the lenders. The eviction moratorium benefited the tenant to the detriment of the landlord. Besides, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the CDC exceeded its authority by issuing the eviction moratorium. Besides the Houston Methodist Hospital decision, most states have an at-will employment. The employer can fire an employee for any reason, and employee can quit for any reason. You probably will not be able to ask the employer for religious or health exemption. You will probably lose if you sue under the American Disability Act. Thank you. If you have any question or comment, write them below.